Queridos amigos, muchas gracias por reunirnos de nuevo y permitir así que avancemos en nuestra colaboración.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's very nice to be here together and that we can move forward in this cooperation and the exchange of thoughts and in knowing each other better, getting to know each other better. Our realities, in many cases, are different. However, knowing it or getting to know each other can help us to recognize the opportunities and mutually and those threats that are threatening us all. Thank you very much for the organizers for inviting me and for giving me the opportunity to speak here. A special thanks goes to the Prime Minister Viktor Orbán, who has welcomed us many times here in Hungary. We, however, are admirers of him, who is actually a person of paradigm in Europe, in the eyes of Europe. He is Gaia from Asterix and Obelix. He is the one that we all admire. If you allow me, I'd like to refer to our friendship with Viktor Orbán. This friendship is many times there in the Spanish parliament when I speak up. However, as a Spanish citizen, I'm ashamed because of the Spanish government, because the president of the government, stating that he's a victim, said that he's taking out a couple of days of holidays while thinking about whether he's willing to lead the government any further or not. You might know it better than ourselves, than us, how shameless socialism and communism can be. Communism that is lying, that is stealing, that is stepping on the truth and is failing the people, and then stating when something fails that they are the victims. I very much like to come to Hungary because once I set foot on the airport already I get in a very good mood, because there is a saying on the wall, stating that this is a family-friendly country. Our wills were never to participate in the political intrigues. We didn't want to fight in a political power fight. This is not what we want to do. We don't want to conduct those tricks in politics. The patriot movement of Vox was founded by me, and ever since I've had the opportunity to get to know Viktor Orbán, Mr. Viktor Orbán, and at the very beginning our objectives was to protect families. And I'd like to have our airports as well framed with these kind of texts and sentences such as here in Budapest. At the very beginning we've already saw what kind of attacks will come against families, how much they will attack the innocent children in school, common sense, biology, private ownership, borders, country borders, and also the sovereignty of the countries. These are terms and things that are constantly under attack. And those who are attacking them are representing a very old ideology in a new coat. And this is nothing else than the woke, which actually is just as a John Lennon song. And, well, this is actually a mixture of a John Lennon's song and the communist claim. The leftists are the one who can't hide their hate against the traditional values, for example, the cross. This is a barbaric thing to do, and under which only Taliban can escape. This is not only a new type of attack or danger that we are facing, an economic or political threat, which can be a danger to our future communities, but this is a totalitarian movement that we're facing, which in its roots are denying traditional values. And since people and nations are ever strongly against totalitarian systems and regimes, totalitarians themselves try to rip off parents from their rights to raise their children the way they want to, and to rip them off from their innocence. Their aim with all this is to step on our rights and to demolish our identity and to fake our history. And of course, they are totalitarian even when when they are faking political discourses. This new type of totalitarianism that are practiced both in economics, both in the media. Basically, this is counting on the old times totalitarianism. It starts with these pronouns that are used that are disadvantages. For example, when we want to protect our border, then we are xenophobes. When we want to protect the family and life, then we are reactionists. If we refuse ideologies brought in from foreign lands, then we are racists. And if we don't want to let Islam into our countries, then we are... We don't have any religious tolerance. And of course, I'm pretty sure that you all could go on and continue this list in your own, with examples from your countries, saying or enlisting insults from the leftists. Of course, these all are based on manipulation, violence. However, these all are not interesting for us because we have a tough skin, we have good friends, and this is why it's very important to time meet, to cooperate and mutually help each other, to try to put aside our differences and to try to seek and search for those things that can bring us together. This is the intention of Vox and the Descendant Foundation. And this is why we seek to have cooperation with political organizations and with influencers. We have close ties with Latin American countries where people speak Spanish language and where they too have to face totalitarianism, tyranny, and the tyranny of the the globalists. It's very much these totalitarian systems are very much alike. These are all woke systems. And similarly, radical Islamism is something that is their characterism, the spread of radical Islamism. They always have an excuse, always have an explanation with which they can explain these horrible things that happen. And there also always is an attack against the people, as now is happening in Israel, beside whom we 100% stand by, and we do ensure that they are supported by us against those horrible attacks that they have to suffer today. These weird coalitions, looking at these weird coalitions that are between woke oligarchy and socialist tyranny, we can only have to get to the conclusion that the only thing that unites these people is hatred, and that how lucky we are that we can be united, and that our union is based on the opposite thing, not hatred but love. Love for family, love for community, love for our nation, and love for our parents. I'm sure that you all agree with me that when I say that if we believe in that, then fear will disappear, and it's good if our opponents know that we are not afraid. We have our future, and the only opportunity we have is for them not to think that we will surrender, because we will never surrender. Thank you very much.